The heavens have opened here at the Ritz-Carlton. Hello. That's the sound of thunder. And today is the day where we start our holiday. So we're over the moon. No, actually, we've been on the beach all day. If you can't see, my schnoot is very, very pink. The weather's been absolutely wonderful, but it's actually been quite overcast, so it's been a bit of a relief from the heat that we've had this entire time. So basically what we did was we decided to tack some holiday days onto the end of this trip because it is such a long way to come, and we wanted to really make the most of our time here. Having been here before, we knew that we wanted longer time here, and so that is what we did. We booked, I think it's about 3 extra days, and then we arrived back in England for the bank holiday, so we don't have to rush off our feet. So it's all been planned really, really well. We have also moved villa. This was on my kind of request, I guess, because Ali much prefers the overwater villas, and I love them, but I find going in the water a bit difficult. I definitely feel like I've conquered that this time. I do prefer personally, in terms of like livability, aesthetics, I do actually really love the beach villas. So we asked when we arrived whether, when we moved over to holiday guests, whether we could stay in the beach villas, and they arranged this for us. They let us know at the Sangyu Sundowner yesterday, and we have just arrived. First look at our new villa. Woohoo! Going inside, they've moved all of our stuff across for us. Oh wow, such a different vibe. Exactly the same on the inside, but already the difference in the vibe, like just seeing the greenery makes me really happy. You're making a pig's ear of this, aren't you? Oh wow, oh wow, a little bit rainy, little bit, and a little bit stormy, but we're actually about to get some sunshine, so it should burn all of this off again. But this is beautiful and so private. Look how nice and enclosed it is. Oh wow. So yeah, same kind of layout, but just a different kind of vibe. This definitely feels more... Did you mean to do that?
No, I didn't mean to.
What did you did not fall in?
I dipped my feet in and to get the sand off and I went.
Honestly, he has been making me laugh so much. Yeah, exactly. He has been making me laugh so much today. So when we got to the beach, he got himself an ice cream. Ali loves ice cream. And when he'd finished it, he realised that there were these little crustaceans around our beds. And so he lent his bucket on the side and let the crustaceans have some of his ice cream. Then, just out of nowhere, he just disappears. And I have no idea where he is. And of course, Nature Boy has found a kayak somewhere and is just kayaking across the horizon in front of me. I'm just like, you are just too much. He just makes me laugh so much. But anyway, let me give you a room tour of this space. Sorry, I am literally completely sans makeup today and slightly red because I've been spending so much time in the sunshine, obviously, but I'm not actually burnt. It's just, it's so strong that I think your skin goes red. I'm wearing Factor 50, like lathering it on. They actually have it free of charge available at the communal beaches, so you can just go up and like put loads on. So I've been putting loads of sun cream on, but still you go red, and then it kind of settles for the next day. But anyway, as you enter our beach villa, we're in 205 for reference. You've got your little seating area. This is where Ali sets up his workstation. You've got the TV. This is where you get all of your like in-room dining information, spa treatments, etc., etc. 2 little seats. Coffee station, ooh, complete with cookies. These are the cookies that you get at the spa, and they are absolutely incredible, I have to say. Bar complete with Monkey 47, Hennessy, you've got coffee pods, free water, which one of the things I would say is they refill your water so well. It's always like you've got some in here as well, so it's always cold. I love their mini bar for the fact that they have salted caramel, like superfood stuff. It's all really healthy. There's nuts, so I really haven't been like snacking on anything. Like everything I've pretty much been eating has been really like healthy whole foods. I am living my best life out here and definitely feel so much more like energized for it. I don't have a single spot. Like genuinely, I am optimum energy levels, functionality, everything. So it's good. However, having said that, I don't think these cookies will be the best, but it does appear like they're kind of oats and dates and things like that, but they are delicious. But yeah, everything I've been eating is kind of like nuts, energy balls, fresh fruit. At the beach, they freeze lemon and grapes instead of like lollies, and not lemon, sorry, watermelon and grapes. And it's just the best thing ever. I'm so gonna do that at home when it gets really hot in England, because it's such a refreshing but not overly sweet. Like, I'm just not into the overly sweet stuff. Which reminds me, they've got like our Aperol Spritz in the bar, which is such a bizarre thing. Maybe it's something to do with like being out here. I always thought that that was a skiing drink. I would love some rosé in the bar, but you know, they don't have it. Anyway, as mentioned, they've moved everything across, and babe, they have moved it across piece for piece. So it's exactly, it's exactly as you had it. So they've arranged everything pretty much exactly as we had it in our other room. Again, Bamford products. I also have a few little duty-free bits to unbox with you, but all of our stuff is all popped in here really, really nicely. Suitcases, we usually hide them either under there or in the toilet. There's not an outdoor shower though. Okay, so that's the toilet. So can you go out? Oh, there is. Okay, amazing. So you get the exact same thing, but a different experience. So you obviously have this in the beach villas, whereas here you get the sort of almost like tropical jungle experience. Oh, I'm gonna close that because it's gonna make doors slam because of the wind. But for me, this just feels a lot more kind of like desert island. It literally feels like you're staying in like a cabana in, I don't know, on a desert island somewhere, and that's why I really love these. Also, I prefer to like kind of walk gently into the water rather than plop myself in at the deep end. Oh, nice little boat going past there. But this feels so lovely and enclosed as well. I love, love, love this. We're also on the different side to the island, so now we have a sunset villa. We've loved our sunrises so much that I think I'm gonna miss them, but at least we're gonna be able to have dinner here whilst the sun sets and just enjoy the vibes. So that is where we're at the moment. We're gonna get settled in. Hopefully the sun will be out soon and we can, yeah, we can get out there and sunbathe. Good morning everyone from our lovely Bond Villa. That's what I'm calling it. I've dubbed it the Bond Villa. We had a very, very beautiful sunrise. Not as beautiful as on the other side because this gets the sunset side, but just lovely looking out at all of this vegetation and the palm trees. It feels very, very, very Bond-like. I've literally been playing the Billie Eilish No Time to Die theme tune for me to walk around the villa this morning. I'm wearing another Intimissimi bikini. This is my black one, which is actually probably my favourite silhouette. I just find it so flattering with the like, they're faux tie straps, but I think the bandeau is really flattering and you can interchange the briefs, so they work really well for me. We are going snorkeling today and I'm a bit worried. First of all, girls' time of the month, so I'm not really feeling that. I feel like I'm putting myself in the water as bait. Obviously my tummy hurts, but it's a little bit windier today. Now I'm hoping it's going to stay sunny today. Sorry, I've got a hair in my lip. There we go. I'm hoping it's going to stay sunny today. The sun didn't actually come out again after it rained, so I had a lovely evening in bed reading my book, and I've almost finished my first book, which is really good because it means that I can finish it this morning or this afternoon and start the second book that I bought with me, because I've already bought a few more books to arrive when I get home to soften the holiday blues. So far it was a bit of a slow start. It's the Botanist's Daughter. Yeah, a bit of a slow start, and you're a bit sad halfway through. I'll give you that little like nugget there, but I'm like on the last few pages, so I'll let you know my final thought in this video. But we are going to get packed up with all of our snorkeling gear and head to the dive centre because we are going out on the water. Just look at this. Honestly, I don't know which one's my favourite. How terrible is that? Like, it's so gorgeous. I feel like this is a little bit more like chic, I don't know, but then the other one is just like so quintessentially Maldivian, so I'm like, oh, little boat there. Ali is just getting ready. We're packing up our bag and prepping for the boat trip.
Snorkel time, baby. Nervous?
No.
goodbye to our new villa. Not goodbye, but see you later, alligator.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna give it my best shot, as long as I don't get scared when I actually get in the water. Oh dear. We are now chilling at the beach for our final full day here, and it is lovely and windy, so it's nice and cool. I'm about to order myself a coconut. Well, I have just got back to the room after a lovely day outside. Pretty much all day, to be honest. I've been out there since 9 o'clock, and then I went to the beach, and Shagath, our Arismiha, has poured us another bath, and I think she's made sure that there are extra Brazil nuts for me as well. Put the most beautiful flowers, which I think I'll probably put one in my hair, and also these little turtles, because we saw the turtle when we were off snorkeling. She's so sweet, like genuinely. But I don't think I'm going to jump in there just yet, because honestly, look at the state of me. I need to have a bit of a cool shower, I think. I think I might spend a little bit more time in the sun though, because we haven't actually spent much time on our terrace. Ali is off snorkeling, so I thought I would spend some time out here. What do you think? My little Bond villa. We are back at the room, and I thought this was the perfect opportunity to do a bit of a body update, seeing as I think I am technically now fully recovered from the surgery that I had in March. To remind you of the surgery that I had, I basically had my old breast implants removed, which I hated. They were never what I asked for. When I went in there, I asked for boobs that looked so good, people couldn't believe that they were real, if that makes any sense. Not boobs so fake that nobody could believe that they're real. I always felt really uncomfortable, so I finally, after 10 years, they weren't, in time-wise, they were due to be changed, but in terms of everything that was kind of with them, it was more of like they were encapsulated, but they just had general wear and tear, and the encapsulation on them was quite strong, which only further made them look worse, if that makes sense. I went with Patrick Malucci, who genuinely, I cannot fault. What he has given me from having this surgery is quite unbelievable, and I feel like a different person. So, and I think that a lot of you, we've spoken about this, but a lot of you have obviously seen the change in me, the change in how I feel, and so I wanted to give you a bit of a sort of, maybe this will be the final update, who knows, but I am still sore in particularly this, which is my left breast. From what I understand, this needed far more construction than this one. This was kind of like a shove in the implant and it kind of softened itself, but this one I required a lot more of the fat transfer, which was the bruises that I had around my body. Now, from what I understand, you can just have fat transfer and not have an implant, but I did not have the breast implant illness, as far as I know, but generally it's kind of, it just made sense for me to keep going smaller as my skin kind of tightens back up and blah blah blah. So if I do have to change, although I don't think I'll want to change these. These feel like they really fit my body shape really nicely, and I'm just really comfortable with it. So anyway, that was what I had. So for context, I have 2 incisions under here, which I'm still wearing steri tape on. I had an incision on my nipple, on each nipple, which I believe is where the fat was put in. I have an incision here, an incision here, an incision here, an incision here, and 2 incisions here as well. So these incisions created the black bruises on the insides of my legs. These incisions created the big bruises on the back there, and these incisions created the bruises down here. I hope that makes sense. Obviously, it's been a journey. and I definitely didn't recover as quickly as I thought I would. And the fact that I've still got soreness, like when I had my massage here, my left breast was incredibly tender for a few days afterwards because I'd obviously laid on my front, but now it's absolutely fine. In terms of how I feel so much more in proportion. I feel like the first thing that you notice about me is me, rather than noticing I am someone with very, very pronounced breasts, which probably wasn't the case at all. That was probably just how I felt, but I just felt like they completely overwhelmed me, and I didn't feel like it represented who I am as a person, which is probably ridiculous, but in the same breath, it really does come down to, like, you have one life, one body, and for me, I had done something that had made me even more insecure than I was before, now that I think about it. And so I really did feel like this was the right time for me to rectify that, which I did. So coming out here, I obviously had no issues on the flight or anything like that. I was worried about my incisions, and I carry around my little, I carry this everywhere with me. I carry my Elizabeth Arden 8-hour targeted sun defense stick, SPF 50 high protection. I take this everywhere with me. This isn't sponsored by them. This is, I think I probably bought this one now because I use this every spring, summer so much on my nose. You will see, even though I've been using this every single day, multiple times a day, multiple times an hour, the sun here is something else, which we'll get to. But I was using this to pop on the little incisions like this, just to give it a little bit of extra, because I didn't want it to like scar worse. I have had to accept that the sun in the Maldives is another level. Like, you might be looking at me now, I'm not sure if it will come across on camera, but you might notice that I'm a bit red and blotchy in areas. Now, I want you to know that I have never in my life taken sun protection as seriously as I have on this holiday. Usually I'm like, factor 30, whack it on, absolutely fine, no problems. Here, it's like, we quickly realised that factor 30 was not enough, and we went to factor 50, which thankfully they obviously supply it here free of charge at the beach, so that's what we've been using. I don't know if it's the sun cream or whether it is the sun, but I might be looking a little bit blotchy. That is purely because sweating, moving the cream around. So that is the thing that I think maybe no sun cream was quite prepared for this sun. And so I may not have been able to protect my scars as much as I kind of hoped to. But if I end up with a couple of little tiny scars, I mean, they literally look like I might have had a bite or something and scratched it and it's scarred. So it really isn't too bad. I have to say that the sun got this one. This one was the least healed, this one here. And it is now healing really well. So I don't know if the sun actually helps heal scars. I mean, generally I wouldn't get my scars in the sun. I certainly haven't put these ones in the sun. I'm literally like, oh. But I've done my best, and the best is all I can do. So for the most part, all of my swelling has gone down. I think there still will be some swelling in this breast because obviously it is still slightly tender. And I do notice that it is still minutely more swollen than this one, but this one is definitely my favorite boob. It is definitely my favorite boob. Like, this one is just, it's just so soft and it's so cute, and they are just so cute. Like, this is the thing that I don't think I can get over, is they are just so cute and they fit in stuff and they don't like escape, which makes me so happy because constantly, like, my nipples just weren't in the right place, and so they were always like falling out of things, and it's just uncomfortable for me, it's uncomfortable for other people, and they're just not just there anymore, and like they just feel so natural, like they've got a natural sag to them. Like, I genuinely, who was it I was talking to? I was talking to one of my friends who had a complete explant, and she was like, oh, you know, they're just really saggy now, and I was like, I would genuinely take natural sagging boobs over like so overly enhanced boobs like I had. I genuinely used to look at women's natural boobs and think, what have I done? And so now when I see someone that just, you know, their boobs have just done their thing, I'm like, yes, yes. So if I could go back and not have it done in the first place, I wouldn't. But if when I was having it done, it had ended up like this, I would have. if that makes sense. I went to the wrong person. I didn't do enough, even though I really did try and do so much research. Like, the guy that I went to was a reconstruction specialist. Maybe I just didn't explain myself right, so maybe it's me just not knowing enough. But I did try. But if it had ended up like this, I would have been happy as Larry. But generally, like, I feel like I have a newfound, like, love and joy and, I don't know, like, not appreciation, but I just enjoy my body a lot more now, and I feel so much better. Like, obviously around like Ali and stuff, I'll like have my boobs out and stuff, whereas I wouldn't before because I just hated them. But anyway, that's just where I'm at. So, and it's been nice to obviously come here and not worry. Like, this is my first holiday with them, feeling like this, and I can honestly say, best thing I've ever done. So yeah. And obviously I'm like eating really well, and I just feel like I'm just, yeah, I've really made peace with a lot of things about my body that previously I've never kind of needed to address or anything like that, but just, I feel a lot happier. I'm eating the stuff that I want to eat when I want to eat it, and if there's a dessert, I'm like, yeah, let's have a dessert. And like, if there's not a dessert, I'm like, I could definitely live without the dessert, but if it's there, I'll eat it, kind of thing. And even when I like then go out with my friends and I'm like, I'm gonna have the chips, and I don't care. I love it. 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 And I just feel like this has been like my peak this holiday. So yeah, anyway, that's kind of like my body update of the vlog. I thought I'd put all of like the little tidbits and things like this in another vlog because I didn't want to muddy the water with showing you like the Maldives and things like that. So I can just kind of finish off this vlog a bit sort of, you know, differently, I guess. Because 8 days is a bit much for me to vlog, in all honesty. I usually vlog like 2, maximum 3 days of my life. So anyway, later on, we're going to get into the duty-free bits and pieces because I obviously haven't shown you. I didn't buy loads because I was in the process of buying something else, which so many of you have already guessed. People are like, I think Lydia's gearing up to buy a bag because she's selling loads of her bags. And you'd be absolutely right. But anyway, I'll show you what I got. But Ali is out snorkeling at the moment, and I am just going to enjoy the last few bits of sun. This is our last full day here. So I definitely want to get like kind of dressed up. I've got 2 dresses that I want to wear tonight. One is from my collection, and one is the Dolce & Gabbana dress. And I don't know which one to wear. The only thing that is stopping me from wearing the dress from my collection is because it's long, and what I found, I've worn a lot of long dresses, and what I found is my legs sweat here. Like, it is another level of hot here. And I was just speaking to our Aris Niha, and she was like, don't ever look at the weather for the Maldives, basically, because you just don't know. So I've had loads of people messaging me being like, we're going to be there next week, can you let me know what the weather's like? We looked at our weather report, and it said raining every single day for like the whole day. And it said that 5 years ago when we came as well. And it was sun pretty much the whole time. And it's been sun pretty much the whole time here, other than yesterday. It's not rained today. It was supposed to rain all day today. It's supposed to be thunder and lightning. And it's showing us thunder and lightning for the rest of the week. So I'll let you know what it's like tomorrow. But so far we've had 1 downpour, which I was really happy about because I wanted the plants to get some water because bless them, they're like, so hot, like me. Anyway. But yeah, so that's basically where we're at with it. I love wearing bikinis. I've loved wearing like cute little bikinis and not feeling just like, yeah. Okay. Finally, there we go. Finally, I am getting into the bags, basically. Also, I've stole one of the flowers from the bath and I'm putting it in my ear because I absolutely love these flowers. They are so cute. And they smell incredible. This is the one flower that I'm like, oh, I wish we had this in England. So it's doing the most in my hair at the moment. Usually you need a bit of a big hair thing, but whatever. It's probably gonna fall out. Anyway, I looked cute for a second. So I'm gonna show you the 4 things that I purchased at duty free. I didn't get loads of stuff, like I said, but I obviously showed you the fragrance that I bought, which I also bought Ali a fragrance as well. So I got him Penhaligon's Halfetti, and I got myself Penhaligon's Empressa. Like I said in my previous video, this is like a more luxurious and niche take, I would say, mostly on Chanel Coco Mademoiselle. It definitely isn't Chanel Coco Mademoiselle, so no one's going to think that you smell like that. But what I would say is it's got the same level of appeal and likability, but with a much more, I'm wearing a niche fragrance, not a mainstream fragrance. Yeah, it's got a more, good job you're here. A bit of a more sophisticated feel, as my assistant, Mr. Alistair Gordon, just said. So yeah, what we wanted to do was get fragrances that reminded us of this trip, because we knew that this was going to be pretty special, that the resort was incredibly special. And so fragrance really is probably one of the most nostalgic things for me. Smelling something, I can take it back to a time or a place, or a person, or a trip, or a party, or whatever. And so I really wanted to have something that I've not had before that reminded me of this. And this has been a brand that I've been so interested in. I love the whole like beautiful heritage branding that it has, and I thought it was going to be like all kind of quite oody fragrances, and there are quite a lot, but I picked this one up straight away because obviously it had the green, sort of British racing green ribbon on it. Smelt it and I was like, that's it, I'll take it, thank you very much. So I treated us to those, and I just noticed that Ali's got a little minty sagey green one. They've got two little green bow ties together. Love those. So I genuinely think, I know that we've kind of curated a bit of an audience that love like niche fragrances here. I know that everyone likes something a little bit more luxurious, a little bit more not mainstream, and I guarantee if you haven't tried Penhaligon's, you will love Empressa, hands down. And if you're looking for a fragrance for your husband, I would say that Halfeti, the original, I definitely prefer that over the, I think there's a new one, I prefer the original. So that was the first thing that we picked up. Then I picked up, I always do this at airports, I picked up MAC Fix Plus. They only had the rose one, which actually I really like. I like the rose and the lavender one. Coconut one is a little bit sweet, probably would have been better suited to the location. However, if you are going to the Maldives, you do not need to bring this with you, because Maldivian air is MAC, well, it makes you look like you're wearing MAC Fix Plus, but it certainly isn't fixing your makeup in place, because as you may have seen, I have looked like a bit of a scrot for the entire duration of my videos whilst I'm here, because I've not really been putting proper makeup on, and I certainly haven't needed face mist because I have been dewy, very dewy. So even though I need this, so it's obviously going to come home with me because I'm going to need it, and I'll probably use it on the plane because it's lovely and refreshing, and I always need a face mist on the plane, and I've just finished my other one, so those are the things that will come with me. Also, I should show you the Penhaligon's Empressa box, because it is so gorgeous. Like, what a lovely gift. That really does say, like, because I feel like for a time fragrance was a bit of a no-no for gifts, because maybe they were too personal, and everyone has their own, like, what's the word, like, taste. But this also says I've done a good thing, like I've gone for something bougie. So that's always good. And obviously I can see, well, can probably see that there is an orange bag behind me. Now, this was a really funny purchase actually, because I nearly bought this online and I didn't. And then it disappeared off the face of the earth. It was online, and then it wasn't online. And then I went into the store and I was like, it's this very specific buckle, and they didn't know what I was talking about. And I thought that was it. And then I walked into duty free at Heathrow, and there it was. So I picked it up. Thankfully, I've got it. I mean, I didn't need another tan belt, just as a spoiler, but, so let's get it open, because I actually haven't worn this. I have wanted to wear it, but I haven't, because I wanted to unbox it with you guys in this video, so I've put it off for you. But obviously it comes in in a lovely orange box, which is not going to be coming home with me, because that's part of the reason why I'm unboxing it with you, because I just cannot be bothered with transferring this all the way back home. Inside the box is a little bag, and inside the bag is a slightly bigger belt. So this is the adjustable CDC belt. And this is a bit different for me. I don't have anything from the CDC collection, but when I saw this, I really did like it. It is slightly bigger than my Kelly belt, and I just liked that more statement buckle on it. Again, no huge branding, but just the classic gold with the contrasting stitching and the gold buckle. It is completely adjustable, so you can make it fit your own waist. I love these for like layering over dresses, and I have the tan and gold Kelly belt, but this is slightly bigger, and I just really love this. If I could have everything from Hermes in the gold and gold hardware, I would, because I just love it. I think it is the most complementary colorway, and it always looks lovely. So that was what I picked up in duty free. Now I am going to shoot this dress, because this is from my collection, and you would have seen this when I was shooting my campaign for this collection, the Resort collection. This is the most beautiful, I will honestly say, this is the most beautiful ankle length linen dress I have ever owned. Obviously I've got my lovely dish mini dress, but for an ankle length dress, this is everything. Like, there's the exact right amount of flirt to the hem. There's the most beautiful big wide linen belt, and this neckline. This is a real signature neckline for Karen Millen, and I love it, and I've always loved it. And so incorporating it into a softer piece, because they usually use it for their workwear, I really wanted to add the softness to this. And obviously I think we've done this neckline in a sleeveless jacket before in linen, but this as a dress, oh, the way when you zip it up, it like at the back, it makes you stand taller, it makes you feel fabulous, and this really is a I'm going to drink rosé in Provence dress. Like, imagine this with a little Provence basket bag. Absolutely wonderful. I'm going to style it up with my Chanel basket bag though for the evening, and we're going to go and shoot some pictures. I don't know if I'm going to leave my hair up like this, but if I do, I'm going to pop my Hermes sleeve around my back. That is the outfit.
Good night.
Good night.
He's missed the bus. It's 8 o'clock for the boat.
We are just walking back after Maldivian night. I obviously couldn't show you much from dinner because
Lots of guests.
there's lots of guests.
Lovely.
But it was so lovely, and that was what we were saying. I don't know if it's going to be too windy, but what we were saying at dinner was, we used to say, from having been to the Maldives when we went to another resort, and also going to Bora Bora, we said that if you want to like relax and do nothing, you come to the Maldives. If you want some culture and to get a real like feel for like that sort of island way of life, go to Bora Bora. We completely take that back after this trip as well, because I feel like the whole time we've been here, we've really got to know like the people of the Maldives. Most of the people that work here are from either a Maldivian island or from Mali, and we've just spent so much time with them, from our Aris Miha to Ali making friends with literally everybody here. Like, I kid you not, we'll like walk somewhere and they're like, hi Ali. I'm like, do you know them? He's made friends with everyone, and not just like guests, he's made friends with the entire Ritz-Carlton staff, and he just started a full-on
We've got a big tournament going.
Yes. Was it snooker or pool?
Well, billiards, pool.
Billiards. A whole billiards tournament after Maldivian night. And honestly, it's just, I could not stop smiling. Sorry, I keep going in and out of focus because it's such dim light. Just watching him bantering and them bantering you, and basically they were betting for Red Bull or something like that.
Yeah, we were.
Oh, I was just smiling and laughing so much. It was so lovely, really, really was. And then, well, when we were at dinner as well, I think I met, what was it, my 5th subscriber here. I genuinely cannot get over, like, considering this is an island of like, is it 100 guests?
So there's 100 villas.
100 villas.
On the island.
Yeah.
And it's at 65% capacity.
Yeah, at 60.
Good evening.
Good evening.
So I would say, and you, and I would say that if, just as a generalisation, each villa would have 2 people. Now,
yes.
we know that's not true because there are people that have children with them.
Yes.
But I would say that if there's 100 villas, 65% true, there's 130 people that are currently on the island as guests.
Yes.
And I'd say that staff, it feels like there's a lot more.
Yeah, there's 4 members of staff to every person
right
on the island.
So what is it, at full capacity?
Anyway, I met my 5th subscriber this evening and she was so lovely, honestly, just so sweet. And then we went to leave to sign on our room and she'd paid our bill. And we were like, absolutely not. And they're like, no, it's all done. It's all done. And then the boys got our drinks.
Yeah, so a big shout out to...
Yeah.
I'm not going to say her name, but a big shout out to
yeah,
you.
because she's got a private Instagram. But yeah, we're obviously trying to think of a way of what to send to her room to thank her.
Oh, I'm going to have to go and knock on all of the villas to find out which one she's in.
Because
the hotel won't tell us.
No, but we're going to try and see if we can send something. But I was like, oh, should we send a bottle of wine? But then we don't know if they drink. But anyway, and we were also saying how much we don't really like calling
everyone eats
subscribers. And we obviously wanted to, I think what we'd rather, someone from my audience would be a better terminology. I feel like it does a bit of a disservice. But anyway, we're gonna get back to the room now. I've been jabbering on, so I'll see you back there. Yeah.
See how the rain
hits
the sand.
Quite like it. It gives it like a fresh,
Yeah,
like a freshen up, doesn't it?
Yeah. Nature's wonderful.
Huh? Logging station has had a glow up for our final day. Chilled towels. The heavens have opened and it makes me very, very happy that all of those lovely plants are getting a drink. We are just packing up to leave and Nature Boy has been housing...
Behind the red bag. Put that left one.
He's been housing a little lizard. I can't see it.
Ready? Keep filming there. Ready?
Yeah. Oh, little baby! He's been living in this little camera bag. Don't call you Nature Boy for nothing. So lovely and bright in here. It looks like the sun is finally coming out on our last day. It started raining, obviously, when we were having breakfast. And today I had the pancakes, and they were quite possibly the best pancakes I have ever had. They had just enough like stodgy to them. It was lovely. I did ask for extra berries though. We also bumped into the lovely couple that paid for our dinner last night and obviously got to thank them. And I actually think we're going to cheekily meet them at the beach shack, and I've roped her into having rosé with me, and then I'm gonna pay for it so I can pay them back somehow, because we weren't sure whether they drank, but I checked this morning. I was like, did you drink? So we're gonna do that. The sun's coming out, we're gonna have some lunch. We will come back to our room about 6:15 and sign everything, pay our bill, and then we will head back. So I'm in my outfit that I will, not obviously the bikini top, but this is like the bottom half of my outfit for traveling back. I've got my Loro Piana linen shorts on, which I love. I just think these are such a classic. And the new belt that I unboxed with you, the CDC, which I definitely think fits with these shorts so much better. I am popping on my tan and their sandals. which are over here by the front door, and I have a white and I have a white Chalcedonia bikini top on and a black bikini bottom on, just to change it up a bit. I'll take my beach bag, which my Birkin is for traveling, so that's packed. Everything's packed. I'm charging everything. I've got my perfume on. I've got my sunnies and my beach bag, and we are good to go to Beach Shack. The sun is currently dropping from the sky. It's setting here in the Maldives, and we are waiting for what is looking like it's going to be a bit of a choppy journey home, which for anyone who's new around here, you might not know that I don't really love treacherous traveling. It's not my favorite thing to do, but I've got my seasickness bands in my bag, so fingers crossed we don't have to put them to the test. But we didn't really show you anything of our day because we ended up going down to the beach and seeing the lovely couple that bought us dinner last night, and thankfully repaying the favour. We have had the most wonderful time here, and I think that genuinely it has changed our perception of the Maldives. Not that we ever had any kind of negative perception, but I think that there are a lot of perceptions of the Maldives that there may be quite sterile environments, some of the islands, and I would say that when you come here you really do get that blend of luxury and culture at the same time. And to say that we have fallen in love with the culture here and the people is probably an understatement. A lot of clips went on my close friends of Ali playing with the staff here. He basically created a tournament with so many of the lads that work here, and they were playing pool and just having like little bets that they were putting on for Red Bull, and it was just lovely. And everyone is so calm and so kind and like softly spoken and wonderful, and we've just had the best time, and we really feel like we've had an experience of the traditional Maldivian culture here, which is something that we didn't get when we went elsewhere. Not that that was bad, but it was just very different. It was a different experience, much more of just like a holiday experience, whereas here we really feel like we've sampled the food and started to understand a lot of the culture, the dancing, the people, the way that they live, the way that they love, the way that they laugh. It's really, really been quite an experience. And the one thing that we've really tried to do on this trip is, well, in fact, we've had an experience where we've got the chance to, is that we've spent a lot of time speaking to other people staying here, but we've really taken the time to speak to the other guests. And the one thing that we have learned is that they are equally, if not more, in love with this place than we are. They've had such amazing experiences, they cannot fault the place. And so if you weren't happy with just my opinion that this is probably one of the most spectacular resorts that I've ever been to, just with everything that it offers, it's such a different experience. And that is generally what we've had from other people as well, is that they've had quite a different experience to any other resort. It is a step above so many other resorts as well, but they've said that they can't fault it, and I think that that is absolutely wonderful to hear. It puts my mind at rest as well, because I often worry, do I get a different experience when I come on one of these trips? Obviously Ali and I were paying customers for the last part of our trip, so we also feel like we get that kind of insight into it as well. But we are just about getting ready to leave now, so I'm a little bit nervous because it is so choppy, and apparently some of the guests have arrived and it's been a little bit scary, but I'm going to put on my bands and hopefully I'll be okay. But yeah.